Okay, so this video revision lesson is going to focus on the poem Mother Any Distance by Simon Armitage, which features on the AQA Love and Relationships Anthology section. Okay, a bit of context. This poem comes from a collection of poems called The Book of Matches, so called as he intended each poem to be read in the time it took a match to burn. He often uses everyday events to explore more complex emotions. So what's this particular poem about? Well, this poem is about a son who's moving into his own home. His mother is helping him measure up the new place, which forces him to reflect on how she's always been there for him. He's excited about his upcoming independence, but also a little anxious. The title, Mother Any Distance, the distance possibly reflects the growing distance between mother and son as he's becoming more independent and she's having to let him go. Themes covered include family, letting go, love and childhood. Okay, I've lifted out some observations about form, structure and language, which are the key areas that the examiner is going to be looking for you to explore. I'm also going to give you my buzz phrase now, method and meaning. Method, you have to identify poetic devices that are used by the poet, that's great, but to secure the higher grades, you need to explore the impact of these techniques. What inferences can you make, their meaning, their effect. I'll show you what I mean here with some observations on form and structure. So this poem is loosely based on the sonnet form. The sonnet is typically a form of love poetry. So there's your method, and the meaning is, so this emphasises that, that there is a strong bond between mother and son. It roughly has an octave and a sestet. That's an 8-line verse and a 6-line verse, with the turning point, the volta, in line 9 as the son begins to feel more excited about the move. The irregular rhyme scheme, though, could reflect, so there's your method and here's your meaning, how their relationship is a little uncertain at the moment, perhaps about to change. And the additional line 15 could imply it is about to reach breaking point, though the final rhyming couplet, so method and meaning, suggests that their relationship will continue to be close despite its changing nature. The structure, the son is directly addressing his mother throughout. The first stanza is about how he needs his mother, the second explores his own independence, and ends with uncertainty as to whether he will fall or fly. Some observations on language and imagery. The poet uses a number of metaphors relating to flight to explore the stage of life he is at, plus the changing nature of their relationship. Spacewalking back to base and the kites reflect the excitement and adventure, and then he edges towards a hatch as he prepares to leave the nest to fall or fly. There is the visual image of the spool of tape as a link between mother and son, perhaps like the umbilical cord. The image of the mother as the anchor and the son as the kite suggests that she keeps him secure. Alternatively, it could be that she holds him back. Anchor, prevents you from moving, perhaps. Up to you to interpret. Multiple and alternative interpretations are the way to go. Okay, so here's the poem in its entirety and a line-by-line analysis coming up. Let me just get the annotations up. There we go. Okay. Mother, any distance greater than a single span requires a second pair of hands. You come to help me measure windows, pelmets, doors, the acres of the walls, the prairies of the floors. You at the zero end, me with the spool of tape, recording length, reporting meters, centimeters back to base, then leaving up the stairs, the line still feeding out, unreeling years between us, anchor, kite. I spacewalk through the empty bedrooms, climb the ladder to the loft, to breaking point where something has to give. 2 floors below, your fingertips still pinch the last 1/100th of an inch. I reach towards a hatch that opens on an endless sky, to fall or fly. Okay, mother, so formal direct address, and then you, direct address continues throughout. Any distance greater than a single span, a short distance, suggests the support of his mother is still important to him. Span and hands, half rhyme, could reflect the start of the distance between them, this as they enter this new phase in the son's life. Acres and prairies, vast space, a metaphorical space, not real, felt. Sense of vastness hints at excitement, but also being daunted by it. He's about to embark on a new adventure, moving into his own home, independent for the first time. It's quite a big step. You at the zero end, me with the spool of tape. So this could reference from birth. The zero end could be day one. and the spool of tape could be the umbilical cord. Recording length, always there, recording key data from the child's life, etc. In unreeling years between us, enjambment is a run on lines, reflects how they're moving into a new phase in their relationship. So they're still going to remain close and retain a close bond, but it's just going to evolve. Anchor, kite. Look at Susura here. Susura is any punctuation in the middle of a line, and we've got kind of 2 full stops in the middle of a line here, highlighting anchor and then kite. So this slows the pace, implying maybe he's anxious. The metaphor of him as the kite, whilst his mother is his anchor. And I said there's 2 ways of interpreting that: allowing him to fly or holding him back. I space. So here's the kind of turning point as it reflects on his the excitement he may be feeling. I spacewalk through the empty bedrooms, climb the ladder to the loft. So exciting new adventure, but also scary. Is he still attached by the cord? And he is, yes. So is that representing the umbilical cord? Something has to give. Short sentence, or short line. Critical point. Relationship has to change. He wants to move on. She wants to hold on. So that end stop there. 2 floors below, your fingertips still pinch. So she's not finding this easy, letting go. The last 1/100th of an inch. I reach towards a hatch that opens to an endless sky, no limit to the possibilities in his life. But tinted with a little bit of anxiety to fall or fly. Continuing the bird imagery, that little hatchling, highlighting how he isn't sure whether he'll be a success on his own or not. But he'll always have, and you've got the sky and fly, the rhyming couplet at the end there to reassure him that she'll always be there. They'll always have each other. She'll always be there to support him. Okay, so that's plenty of analysis on this poem to help you get your top grades. Just a summary then of the main poetic devices used. You need to incorporate these into your answer and explore their meaning. Sonnet, volta is turning point, octave, sestet, irregular rhyme scheme, rhyming couplet, caesura, imagery, metaphors. Useful vocab to use when analysing this poem: evolving, trepidation means kind of nervousness, anxiety, independence, excitement, fear, bond, appreciation, connection. And then which other poems would you compare this to in the anthology? Well, changing relationships over time in Walking Away and Follower. Presentation of a mother in Before You Were Mine. Okay, hopefully you found this useful, and see you on all the other videos as well. All right, bye now.